All right, hey guys, welcome to Traditional Bowhunting Wilderness Podcast. Jason here. You might hear some noise in the background. That's because we got John and James here, and they're farting around and doing all kinds of crazy stuff there with gear and packing up. But today we're going to take a look at both of these here because we have them both here. We have the B stand, and we have James has got this .75 from Lone Wolf Custom Gear, and we're going to dive into these and show some of the differences on there so you can see them. He got it with the 20-inch post on his. And it's a .75. This is the beast as it comes. Like I said, I've had this now for 2 years. It's been an incredible stand. But I'll tell you, these things are pretty similar in here, and there's a lot of features on this Lone Wolf Custom Gear I like. I've not seen that before in person, that stand, and there's a lot of nice stuff on there that's that I find pretty interesting. First off, this is actually a 1/2-inch wider platform. I'll put the specs in here for you between the two of them, but you get a 1/2-inch wider platform means I get a 1/2 inch more between the cables. That's kind of important to me on all-day sits and also wearing snake boots. Like, that's one of my complaints about the B stand is it's real tight in here, and when I'm wearing snake boots that becomes a problem, being able to move around. I showed you that in the B stand versus my Lone Wolf comparison, and if we take that and we tip these both up and we look at the platforms of these, and we see that firsthand, you can see the width of here between these. Am I still in frame actually while you're there, John?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, in good shape.
The width between these, like I said, you got a 1/2 inch more space on that Lone Wolf between these, between there than you do on this, between those cables. So that Lone Wolf is actually a little wider between the cables, which is nice. When you compare that to like my Assault, my Lone Wolf Assault, and we look at that, look at the difference in here. I mean, it's tremendous amount of extra width in there between the cables, which is kind of a nice feature. But these two are very similar, with this one being a little bit wider. You can see it's a little bit shorter in there, but like I said, there's a lot of nice features on it. Both of them seem to have about the same angle back here of attack on the tree, which is really a nice feature. Did they already pre-grind those, angled those? These are already kind of pre-chamfered too, which you'll see. I'll bring you in and show you. But you can see how this one, they are chamfered already to slide down that tree. See how it already has this chamfer on here? Is that in frame? Yeah. It's already chamfered on there, which is a nice feature. They do that. Do they do it on the back of this? They do not.
6.
Yeah, hang on, we'll get to that. But here, see, I would put a chamfer on those, see, like I did on all my stands, because I'm not a fan of that stupid toe cam thing. I hate that. Get on your stand and lean up on your seat and tip this with your toe and do all this stupid stuff. That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen and dangerous. So I set mine up on my Lone Wolf and my Beasts. You can see I put a chamfer on here as well too. I chamfer all those, and I chamfer like you're seeing right on here, so that when I just hang it on a tree, all I got to do is put my foot right in the platform here, step, boom, and it slides it down and locks it. It's nice that they do this right off the get-go for you by putting a chamfer on the platform. I like that feature. I will put the weights in there for you. They both seem very, very light, very similar. The seat on this is kind of cool. It hangs over. Look at how that hangs over versus this one. Okay, that's nice, and it's oversized all the way around. So when you actually stand on this and you lean your butt against this and you're just in kind of a leaning pose, you get that nice cushion. You can see even from James using this how it's curled over already and gives him that support, where when I do that on this one, I'm not getting that, and I'm leaning right on this sharp edge of this bar. That's all I'm feeling. Here you're getting that cushion effect. That's kind of another nice feature on it. Like I said, this stand here is a great stand. We'll bring it in and get more detailed, but both of them, like I said, are amazing. The other thing is, I do not like on this is that there is no traction on this platform whatsoever. Me being now in Georgia all the time and dealing with mud, my feet slip on this very easily. They slide across this. Okay, that's kind of a bummer. Where here, like on my original Lone Wolf Assault, we have a bunch of grip built into this. That's a beautiful thing. Those are very nice on your boots and hold you stable. So I really like that feature on here. On the B stand, we're getting 4 adjustment positions for a seat post. Here we're getting 6 adjustment ones, so you can really fine tune. I'll bet the distance is probably the same, but it gives you a fine tune option. See, look at, yeah, we're pretty close to about the same. You may get 1 extra one out of there, but it gives you the option to fine tune and adjust that seating position you want. You have all these lacing cords to be able to wrap your toe line up, your bow line. They're the Versa buttons are built right in on this, which is a beautiful feature. where on the Beast and the Lone Wolf, they are bolted on like this. So a lot of nice features that are in this. Not to mention, you can actually use this as a seat. You can put these and they drop right into that notch right there. And this becomes a load shelf if you want, or to even store your sticks or your gear on. He's got his stick, like he uses this one right here. This is an Eastern Mountain Outdoors. Eastern Woods Outdoors. And he mounts that right on here like that with the rest of his stuff. And it's a sweet, simple system for him. And he does a lot of one sticking. But what a great little stand. This is a 0.75. That is brilliant little stand. So look at the quality of this. We're just going to kind of let you do some close-ups of this as you look at it. But I am thoroughly impressed. Very, very impressed. I like a lot of things about it. The only complaint I would have on this, or not complaint, but the only thing I like better on the Beast is I like that the Beast actually uses a steel insert in here for the seat adjustment rather than threading right into aluminum. I don't know if eventually that'll wear out. Maybe not. But that is definitely a brilliant stand. Nice offset bracket on here too. I mean, like I said, this thing's got so much going for it. I am thoroughly impressed. The quality of this is straight up phenomenal. I'll show you the difference here so you can see what I'm talking about. Here we use a threaded bolt that's welded into there, locked into there, so that that's moving through steel on steel, not steel on aluminum. Incredible stands, both of them. This one, like I said, have never seen before in person, and now seeing it for the first time in person, very, very, very impressive. I think this in a 1.0 would be right up my alley. This, like I said, is a little small for what I want to do, and I know everybody wants smaller stands, but there's, you know, it's the size of the platform that made me go back to, on my all-day sits, to go back to using my Lone Wolf Assault. I like the bigger platform between here to here, the distance between the cables. I don't care so much about the length, but I want that distance between the cables to spin. We're hunting areas where these deer can come from the left or right behind you. They can move, bucks can chase does around. I need to be able to quietly and quickly spin all the way around in my tree. A big platform lets me do that. This distance between here is tremendous, and I don't care about the weight. The weight doesn't mean anything to me. It's nothing to carry it. But this in a 1.0 version, I think would be right up my alley. But they give you so many different connection points, tie down ways that you can mount their custom sticks they offer. This platform is a dream. Seat post is a dream. The seat is a dream. The bracketry on this is just, like I said, I'm thoroughly impressed. They nailed it on this stand. This is quality through and through, without a doubt. They straight up nailed it.
I think Jason, the 1.0 is wider and only 4 ounces heavier.
Yeah, yeah, and I'll put those specs in for the 1.0. But that's what I think. If I was buying a stand today, if I was going to go buy another stand, I think I'd be buying this in a 1.0. I mean, impressive stand. And I might just do that just to do it. But this is very, very, the quality of this, the build quality and the machining in this, unbelievable. The way this is machined. This is not cast. This is, you know, machined out, and they nailed it. Where that's phenomenal. And this seems thicker. It's a lot thicker of material. You look at the amount of consistent in its, yeah, amount of the material in here is phenomenal. And the B stand is super light. This thing is insane light, but you can see it's a little bit thinner, especially out here on the end. You know, it just maybe makes a difference, maybe doesn't make a difference. But this one here is, like I said, this platform has a lot going for it. Everything about this stand has a whole lot going for it. I am very, very impressed. And like I said, the fact that you can close it up and carry it like this if you want to, or you can turn that into that load shelf option or a storage shelf to put your stuff on, drop that right in. Pretty brilliant. It's a pretty brilliant system. And it does weigh next to nothing. You know, it's just like that B stand. You know, you feel it when you hang it on a tree. You can feel that weight. You got stealth strips on here, so there we go. A little stickier on that part, but you know, when you go to put this on a tree, this is nothing to hold this and put this up. Same with the Beast. You know, it weighs nothing. It's so feather light and simple to hang these stands. They weigh next to nothing. It's the only time I really feel with my Lone Wolf is when I go to put it on a tree. I can feel that weight. But it's for about, I don't know, 0.7 seconds, so I don't mind it too much, and I want the bigger platform. For me personally, I think if I was buying another stand today, we'd be buying this one right here in a 1.0, and I just might go ahead and do it. So there's kind of a look at these two, give you some ideas, some of the things to think about, some of the stuff to consider. Here they are side by side again, but we are a 0.75 versus the B stand. Put it into perspective, drop that down for you so you can get a look. We'll put the back of these platforms, we'll stand them so you can see the actual differences here. Right next to each other, flat. There you go, so you can see that. You can make your own decisions. You cannot go wrong with any of these. This stand has always been absolutely amazing for me for the last 2 years. This stand is incredible the way I'm seeing it, and James has been loving it. He's been in it every single minute of every day for the last week, and phenomenal. He even kind of adapted my paracord simple straps. They work so good, don't they? They're just so simple and easy and functional. Yeah, like I said, incredible couple options here for you, and thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this little bit on that Lone Wolf Custom Gear 0.75 sweet stand.